So I will call the meeting to order here. I call to meeting this webinar of the City of St. Louis Board of Public Service Soldiers Memorial Commission. It is Thursday, July 16th, and it is, 3:04 p.m. My name is Lynnea Magnuson, and I chair the commission. And we will start the meeting by going through the roll call of Soldiers Memorial Commissioners. And we'll do that in alphabetical order. So first one up is always Kareem Barjay.
Here.
Here, okay. And Commissioner Dunlap.
Here.
Here. And Commissioner Fletcher? No, don't know that. Okay. Janika Hayden?
Present.
No. Oh, hello. Okay, great. And Commissioner Hanson? Not yet. Okay, and I'm here, Lynnea. And Commissioner Pinella? He's here. And Levon Smart?
Here.
Yep, here too. And Steve Wall?
Here.
Wow, we have plenty of people for a quorum. Okay, let me share my screen here and then maybe we can do we'll do next the Pledge of Allegiance. So do that here. There we go. And Freddie, can you lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance?
I sure will. Be proud
Thanks.
to. I pledge allegiance to the flag
To the flag,
of the
United
States
of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one
nation,
under
God,
indivisible,
with liberty
and justice for
all.
You know what? One second here. I've got a message from Judith, and she's not able to join. Let's see. Sorry about this interruption. One second here. Let me just. Judith Hansis is trying to join, so if you don't, everyone doesn't mind just pausing for a minute. I'll try and let Judith in if I can. Here. Hi, Judith. I will forward my link. I don't know if you can join from my link, can you?
You should be able to.
I know. Oh. Okay, I will do that. Okay, let me see if I can do that. Okay, let's see. Oh gosh. I don't know. So I think you have to call into the meeting, right? Let's see. Okay. Okay. Can I?
If she comes in as a,
can I please, let me check with the City of St. Louis tech person who's supposed to be here as well. 1 second.
if she comes in as an attendee, I can promote her to a panelist if she doesn't have the panelist link.
Okay. Could you do you have the link do you have Judith Hansis' email?
Judith Hans, how do you spell the last name?
Hanses.
Okay, let me check. Unless if you have it, if you could chat it over, that would work too.
Oh,
But I will check the record real fast for the meeting.
okay. I can't remember. Judith, what's your email? Okay. Okay, what was the first part of it again? Sorry. J, okay. Nancy. All right. At spsglobal dot. Okay. All right.
Okay, so I found her name on the list and resent
Okay.
the link to her. So hopefully she should be getting it there.
Oh, she wasn't able to open it from her link. Can you try again, Judith, to open it from your link? And if not, the tech person will let you in as a general panelist or general participant and then promote you to a panelist. Okay, let's hope this works. Thank you, Judith. Bye-bye. Well, that's the first time. Anyway, Judith always comes, so we'll talk her through it and hopefully she'll be able to join here
Okay.
in a minute. Let's see here. Okay. And we did the pledge. Let's continue on here with the rest of the meeting, and hopefully Judith will be able to join us here soon. So let's see. Yeah. The next thing on our agenda is the approval of the May 21st, 2026 Soldiers Memorial Commission meeting minutes. And I don't know if you guys can read through those and see if there's anything you need to add.
Okay, so I also sent the public link from my email to her email, just in case she's
Okay.
having issues with that panelist link.
Thank you so much. I think we've done what we can do at this point, so hopefully she'll be able to get on. I really appreciate your help.
No problem.
Do I have a motion to approve the minutes from the May 21st, 2026 meeting?
I so move.
I second.
Okay. Okay, thank you. All in favor of approving the meeting minutes from the May 21st, 2026 meeting, please say aye.
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 Are there any opposed? Any abstentions?
Freddie abstains.
Okay. Okay. Commissioner Dunlap abstains. Okay. So the motion passes to approve the meeting minutes from the May 21st, 2026 meeting. Thank you, everyone. And the next thing we have is, let's see, the update on Soldiers Memorial, things that have been going on. And I'm very excited because you'll be talking about Memorial Day. And that was a really nice event. I'll stop sharing, Mark, if you want. Okay.
Very good. Well, yeah, I think I'll start with that then, since you brought it up, Lynnea. We did have the Memorial Day event on May 25th. We started with the breakfast and then followed that with the ceremony. Thought it was another really strong program. I think it continues to seems to grow each year in terms of attendance and participation. We receive a lot of nice comments as far as the content of the program. This year we were able to include the scouts, who did a great job of raising the flag, bringing the flag up to the pole at the beginning of the ceremony, and then raising the flag. And then at the end of the ceremony, they were the ones that walked the wreaths out to the memorials, and I thought they did a outstanding job with that. Did their scout salutes after they put the wreaths in place. Just a real nice touch. And then we had the Air Force band was here. Well, a segment of the band was here. The wind ensemble, I believe. Is that right, Molly? I think it was the wind ensemble. But yeah, anyway, they were great. They played before the event, during the event, which was a little bit of a twist. We had them play in between elements of the ceremony, which we hadn't done before. I thought that worked really well. And we estimated attendance around 350. Hard to say for sure. So many people stay back kind of in the court of honor underneath the shade trees there. So it's really hard to get a good gauge on. We know how many chairs are out, but we can't, it's hard beyond that. It's tough to tell for sure, but definitely would think that it grew this year. Other operations, attendance through the end of June is at 8,000. Last year at this time, at the end of June, it was at 12,000. So we're closing the gap a little bit between this year and last year, but we did have a really good, strong May, and June has been good for us as well. So it's coming back around. We're not going to end up where we were last year, but it is doing well. And it'll continue to rebound. I did want to announce, I think I may have sent this to all of you or some of you, I can't quite recall, but we did have the addition of a parking spot on Pine Street, which is on the north side of the museum, painted the colors of the Purple Heart medal with the combat wounded indicator on it. So reserving that spot for those combat wounded veterans to park there on Pine as they wish. Gilberto and I had started that, and then I don't know what I did, but at one point I just Googled, I think, parking painting or something like that, and this company G-Force parking painting came up, and it happened to be a 100% vet-owned business, very proud of their veteran work, and so they offered to paint it free of charge. So it saved us about $900, and they worked with the Treasury and with the city to get all the approvals in place and whatnot. So I thought they did a great job. It looks really nice, and it's good for them. They get a little bit of promo, but great for us. But more importantly, great for the combat wounded veterans who are visiting us. So that was a nice change to the building, or to our parking, I guess. And then other recent events, June 14th. This didn't work quite as well as I'd hoped, but we did give out free flags along with free flag etiquette, kind of like postcards. So plenty of folks were happy to receive those when they visited Soldiers Memorial. That was our Flag Day, kind of small contribution to that. And then, of course, Pride Fest, which hits us hard every year. Completely kind of envelops us, but we do our best to maximize the opportunities there. Up on the second floor, we offer what's called the chill room. So if you're any connection to the military, whether you're sibling or your parent or yourself or whatnot, or active or a veteran, we offer you a space to kind of chill out, get a cold drink, non-alcoholic, get a snack. We play a little music in there. It's just kind of a place to get out of it all, which many folks seem to be grateful for. It seems to be always blazing hot on Pride Fest, and so any kind of escape from that they can use, they seem to appreciate that. And then on the opposite end of the hall, in the assembly hall, we showed films throughout both days, all related to LGBTQ military service, whether they were documentaries or feature films. So that was kind of our Pride Fest. And we did shelter folks more than once. Saturday we got a pretty torrential downpour, so they came up under the loggia and used that to get out of that weather. But yeah, it's kind of a neat thing. We see tons of people who have no idea what Soldiers Memorial is. Just like really no idea whatsoever. And so it's always fun to talk with those folks and to see how excited they are when they discover that there's this national level quality museum that's right downtown that shares the story of St. Louis military service. And it's all free, and it's cool. So it's a good opportunity for us to open the doors to folks who may not otherwise visit. And so always looking forward to that. Although we're always exhausted at the end of it as a staff because it hits us harder than any other event hits us, but in a good way. And then upcoming events. July 19th, actually this Sunday, there's a member luncheon. You should have gotten an email about this, or actually maybe a paper invite, but we'll be showing a film in the Assembly Hall, and we'll have lunch, all supporting the Why We Serve exhibit, Native Americans in the Armed Forces. So that should be a good luncheon. And then August 9th and 24th, our matinees at the Memorial return. We'll be showing two films, a documentary on the 19th called The Warrior Tradition, and then on the 24th called The Bones of Crows. Both of these are films that are connected to Native American military service. So that program, that Matinees at the Memorial, has really taken root and taken off. We routinely sell that program out, filling the Assembly Hall. It's kind of a cool thing. We rent a popcorn maker. So there's fresh popcorn, and people get the theater style big candy boxes and whatnot. So it's two nice events. Exhibits, Why We Serve, which I've mentioned already, that opened on June 20th. It's hard to believe it's already been a month, and it closes already on August 30th. So if you haven't seen that, I would encourage you to get down and check that out. It's not artifact rich, but there's certainly good content. And then on November 11th, we open our final exhibit of the year, which is War Toys Ukraine, which is really a look at the impact of, in this case, the impact of war on Ukrainian children and the way that they have processed, what's happening in the way that they've kind of made sense of this through their young minds. So that'll run a couple months into early January. But while all that's happening, really what the staff are working on is the Flags exhibit, Flags, Devotion, and Dissent, which is our next major in-house produced exhibit, which will open on June 12th of 27, so about a year from now, just under a year. And that'll be another, that'll be artifact rich with stuff from both the Soldiers Memorial Collection and the Historical Society Collection. And it should be a great exhibit. Been working a lot with a group called Campfire, who is helping us incorporate elements into the exhibit that make sure that it's a thoughtful kind of dialogue approach to the exhibit. So it's not you're not just coming to look at cool flags. That's part of it, but probably a smaller part of it. And the bigger part is trying to understand how flags and flag representation is embedded in all of us in one way or another. So it should be a very interesting and thought-provoking exhibit. But again, that one opens not until next June. And then the banner exhibit that's up right now, Declaration 1776, The Big Bang of Modern Democracy. That'll be here through the end of September. Then it's going to head to the athletic club and be there October and November. Judith always creates that opportunity for us there. So that's about all I have. It's been a good summer, and yeah, happy to field questions or comments or questions.
Well, this is Lynnea, and I really, really liked the Memorial Day ceremony this year. I really liked it. That was really good. So, yeah,
Thanks,
I
Lydia.
think
Yeah,
kind of hit everything right. And I know you are talking about the bigger band or the bigger group, but I think they're perfect size. They're just easy. They're just the right size. They're easy. They can, you know, move around and stuff like that. And it just seems
yeah,
to work. I thought it worked really well.
yeah.
So,
They're very talented too. I
yes.
need to get back with the Fort Leonard Wood Army Band down there because we've been a little neglectful with that. I think we've hit the Air Force Band a few times now, and I think it's time to get the Army back to play. But yeah,
Great.
yeah,
I
yeah,
really liked the way they were in part of the ceremony. I think that made everything. That was a big difference, and I thought it was really great.
yeah. Very cool. Thanks, Lynnea. Good to hear.
But
And
anybody else have any?
I will say that we're planning, this is way upcoming, but for Veterans Day, we are taking the ceremonial aspects of that and moving them to actual Veterans Day, the 11th, Wednesday, the 11th. So on the 11th, and you should get an invitation for this as well. If you don't, let me know, but you're all on the mailing list. So that'll be a breakfast followed by the ceremony with the French Society, and probably another keynote speaker. But that means that element won't be happening after the parade on Saturday, the 7th, the day of the parade. And we're really shifting hard into serving kids during that parade and festival. So there'll be just a lot of kids stuff. There'll be face painting, the guys with the balloons making the animals and stuff. There's going to be a big bouncy house. Really like stuff you haven't seen here, at least while I've been here, haven't seen here before. And then a rock climbing wall, which we actually saw at Pride Fest, which was pretty cool. And I think some of the younger vets might get into that. But there's it's got like a pop-up trailer. That it's like a semi and they come and it just goes up and it's a big climbing wall and it's all safe and everything, and it's got the lanyard. So things like that, the bouncy house, the face painting, just working on a number of elements like that really try to shift it towards youth and family to come down and have a good time, and then pull out the ceremonial aspects for Wednesday. And so that's the big change for this year, and we'll see how that goes. I'm confident, but I'm always, you never know. But I do have some confidence that it might take off. Yeah. So
Does anybody have any comments for Mark? I'd like to say again that then I think that's a great idea, and I'm fully behind it myself. Just you got to try different things, and that's a completely different way to approach it than we have been. And so why not try it? I think
yeah,
that sounds really great, Mark. Really to do. So you're not in it by yourself. Put it that way.
yeah.
I think it's a great idea.
Well,
So
yeah, thanks. And I was playing a little bit off the 250th, this kind of like this birthday party
yeah,
kind of idea, that kind of thing. Like what do kids like? What do kids look for when they go to a birthday party? And that's kind of where some of these ideas are coming from.
just keep it focused on veterans in the military. Make sure it's not just
For
every
sure.
that. I think that's a really good way to make us think differently about the whole how we approach Veterans Day in St. And I think let's try it. Why
Yeah.
not?
And I'll definitely reach out to recruiters, to see if they can attend. They haven't done that in the past, or at least recently they haven't done that. Would love to get them all here. I'm sure that they
Yeah.
would enjoy that opportunity. But yeah, definitely will not lose that veteran, service connection for sure. But yeah, so we'll hopefully it goes well. we'll see.
And I have to say, the French Society does such a nice job. Why not? Yeah, I think that's a great idea to try. Why not try that? That sounds great.
Mark.
Nope, there's Judith.
Hi, it's Judith.
You made it. Where are you at? There you are. All right.
I tell you, it was an electronic, well, we'll quit talking about that and I'll talk about what I was going to say.
Okay.
I'm thinking it would be easy to ask the face painters to do patriotic images, even if it's some little bluey character that the little kids like. Give them a flag in their hand or something.
Yeah, that's happened already, Judith. Yep. And so in those conversations with the face painters, I said, I don't care what you paint, but it's got to be somehow connected to, veterans or military service or, patriotism or something with that. And they were all on board and they have ideas already. So
I should have known you were ahead of me.
well, no, not always.
It's a great chance for like intergenerational stuff too, I think. That would be really neat.
Yeah.
Yeah. Are there any other comments for Mark? Okay. Then let's move on to the next thing on the agenda, which would be call for questions, comments, anything like that. Anybody wants to add? Okay. All right. Then I guess, do I have a motion to adjourn the July 16th, 2026 Soldiers Memorial Commission meeting?
So moved.
Do I have a second? Great. All those in favor of adjourning the meeting?
Aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Any abstentions? Thank you very much, everyone, for attending. Really appreciate it.